So, Dalton, let's have a quick chat about the season so far for yourself. How has it been? It's been eventful, hasn't it?
Yeah, when we first started, it was a rocky start, but everyone's starting to find their feet. I think they're starting to gel it with the team now. We're having a regular team, and I think it's coming together. Our structure's there. We've been unlucky with a couple of losses. I think that we could have went our way, but we've shown, our last game resilience against Fairview, a top team. The game before that against Sheffield, we showed that we can come back from behind and score points. So I think it's just all starting to gel together, and Mike's done a good job with getting the boys and the young boys in there. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of saying it in terms of the gelling together. Because I remember at the start of the season, when there were some defeats, and it was a similar message, Dalton, after each game, saying, "Look, there's been a lot of changes. We've had a lot of injuries. Be a little bit patient." But I think now the proof is there, isn't it? In the last month or so, not only are the performances better, the results are getting better, and you're starting to maybe see those combinations and those partnerships all around the pitch, and it's really starting to show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very important. We train together, but it's very important that you keep having the same team, especially your left and right sides and your middles. You have and your halves. You have the same team because you start to learn how other people play around you, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Especially if they step off their left or right foot. If they pass good on their left or right, so that if someone's got a little flick play in, you start to build up a little bit of a relationship with them, and then you start to work from that and have a partnership with them, especially like me and Illy now on the left hand side. We're starting to work on that together, and we're starting to play really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as well, something we don't maybe talk about lots is living in London. So many players have either moved here this year, or it's a brand new experience for so many people. And that home life element, it's a big factor, isn't it?
Yeah, I've moved away from Wales, years ago to play rugby league, and yeah, it was a hard thing, but also it was the best days of my life as well. So, if you can embrace that, especially living in London, and we do a lot of stuff together as well as a team. Now the summer's starting to pick up and the weather's absolutely beautiful. So, we're going to get the barbecues going, maybe have some game of cricket and stuff before the training is. But yeah, London, especially for anyone who wants to come down to London, who ever thought about playing for London Broncos, I think it's a great experience to have a bit of a trip down to London and enjoy that London lifestyle.
So, Dalton, let's talk about you specifically. You've had a couple of injuries this season, and we'll talk about a couple of brilliant performances from yourself of late in a couple of moments. But what has it been like for you in terms of joining the club, being injured, and getting back into the team?
Yeah, it's been a first of all, it's like a roller coaster, really. I always try and keep myself fit, but I was playing in a different position. I played a couple of games of centre, but I normally a through and through winger. So finding a different position, playing the centre, but I feel like I've gelled in that position now. I'm starting to to be able to showcase my best ability in that position. So yeah, it's all starting to come along now. But the injuries have set me back. I took I think a knock to my shoulder. That set me back a little bit. Just little tiny niggling injuries, nothing big. So now I'm starting to find my form and playing, and I think I'm playing well at the minute.
Yeah, and you are someone who likes to score tries, and throughout your career, you've scored lots of them. And the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing you get over that line, and it's great to see. You must
Yeah.
be feeling good.
Yeah, good. I'm feeling good. It's all come together, and with me, I'm used to scoring tries, playing on the wing. When I was at Bradford, I scored quite a lot of tries, and then I found myself I wasn't scoring too many tries, so I wanted to give the fans and the boys as well, something to look forward to as well, and make sure that I get over the line because that's what I'm paid for, and that's what I'm there for. So, yeah, just made sure that I give 110% every game I play, but it's always an added bonus to get over the line. And yeah, I'm starting to find the performance, and the boys are starting to find me now. So it's good. Hopefully, I can get a couple more before the end of the season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But as well as performing for the Broncos, Dalton, it's a big year for you as well with the Rugby League World Cup. On the horizon
Yeah.
here in this country. You're hoping to of course be representing Wales. I mean, how much is that in your mind?
Yeah, it's always in the front of mind. I play for the World Cup and play for Wales. I just come back from France as well. We played France and Albion. That was a good game. Yeah, but it's always an honour for me to play for Wales and put that jersey on. So I'm always making sure I try and keep myself fit, but give myself the best chance of selection, and that's shining and making sure that you play really well at your club level. So, my main thought is the league and my club at Broncos, making sure that they do well and we get the performance in. But on the back of that, when you do well at your club, you get selected for international. So it's going to be a massive one for everyone playing internationals this year, for it to be in the UK as well. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I can't wait to get that Welsh jersey on if selected.
Yeah, no, we'll forgive you for being excited about it, Dalton. You can think about it, you can dream about it, but what is it like, when you play against some of those bigger nations, in a tournament like this, or just international rugby in general? That must be a pretty incredible feeling.
It's a feeling that you can't really describe, really. When you sing that anthem and you get selected in around the camp with the boys and playing against some quality teams, quality players all from around the world. You meet good friends, you meet old friends that you've played against as well, who play for other countries. So it's just a magical time for a rugby league player to get selected and be part of that kind of journey, and it will always stay with you forever. Definitely.
Yeah. And fingers crossed we'll have a couple of other London Broncos there at the World Cup. Of course, we've got Jude Ferreira as well, Dalton, who you'll be hoping will be, well, both of you in that squad.
Yeah, Jude's come through as a young boy. I'm helping him out with getting selected for Wales and putting him with that pathway. I'm getting old now, so I need some new boys coming, young boys coming in. So they're snapping at my heels at the minute, so I got to make sure my performance is good. But it's nice to see another Broncos player representing this country. I know a couple of others also represent their countries as well, so it's really good. Jude's been he's been developing well. I think it's his first time really playing a full season at championship level. So, it is hard, but he's there. He's going to be in camp, and he's going to see quality players, and he's going to learn a lot around from John Keir as well. So he's going to learn a lot around from the boys and being part of that team, morale as well. So it's going to really boost him, I think, and help him for his career.
Let's talk about this weekend. It's Bradford Bulls. It's a big game for many reasons. But before we talk about your personal affiliation with the club, how are you feeling, and how is the team feeling heading into this one?
I think that the team are feeling really good. After back of two performances, even though we got the loss against Featherstone, I think we could take that performance as a round of applause. But I think it's odds sort of a hard place to win against Bradford. Bradford always bring their all. I know they haven't had the results that they wanted these last couple of games, but they're a team that always give 110% when they put on that jersey. So we're going to be in a battle. But I think if we take the performance as we did the last two games, I think we got a good chance of beating them, and we got a good chance of beating anyone really in this league.
But when we look at the likes of Bradford Bulls, Dalton, there's Widnes Vikings in there as well. I'm always curious, does it bring an extra element to the game when you're playing at a club with that kind of history and stature, or are you able just to look at each team as just another team?
I think sometimes you can get the kind of the club or the players or the environment that the better of you. So for me, I've been in the game for a long time, so I just see it as a game and just make sure that you play every game at your best. But Bradford is an amazing club. I've had some of my great memories there playing rugby league, and it is the fans are great. The ground, it could be better now because I hear it's smaller. But it's going to be nice to go back to Odsall. But I think for the boys who've never played Bradford before, it's a real nice game. They're a massive club, so it's a real good game to actually be involved in.
Yeah, and so on your memories there, you just touched on them of playing for Bradford. You did score a lot of tries there. Is that probably your happiest memories in terms of your career playing at Bradford? Of course, we're looking to emulate that and do better here at Broncos, Dalton. But when you look at that career, is that kind of the highlight for you?
It was probably one of my highlights of my career playing for Bradford. Just the club itself and the boys that I met and the friends I made. some friends for life there. And also, you know, the fans, and just having that. One of the memories was getting promoted, but one of the big memories was playing Leeds Rhinos in the Challenge Cup, and we managed to beat them in front of thousands of people. And that feeling there of being in a derby was absolutely great. So yeah, it's a great club, and yeah, I do cherish the club as well.
So friendships aside, come Saturday at 6 p.m. What kind of challenge do you expect, and how confident are we of going there and picking up some points?
I think the boys are really running on confidence, but you know, even though Bradford have had a couple of losses, we can, you know, get too complacent with everything that they've been doing, and how our performances go. So we just got to stick to the game plan that's Mike set out for us. We have a good training session now tonight, and I think we just got to go with the belief that we can win, and if we stay in the arm wrestle, then we can come on top. So the boys are ready to go. But you know, like we said, you can't push Bradford to the side. They've got some big middles. You know, they're threat 8 wide as well. So you just got to be on our toes, really. But I think if we take the game to them straight away from the start, then yeah, I think we can get the win.